Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm G, and we have begun the journey. The journey towards the true ending? Possibly. But anyways, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through this, and I'm going to be going through and getting the true ending flags. Now, you actually don't have to start from the beginning to get the true ending flags. You have to start at chapter 4, which is where I am right now. But anything new, I will read through. Anything that is not new, I will leave to your imagination, since you've already watched, hopefully, the rest of the series. But with that, our odyssey begins. Did you write it? Have you forgotten that report yet? For your information, I wasn't joking yesterday. If you blow this off, then you have no right to call yourself a scientist. Maybe this is too much for a freshman like you to understand. But writing papers is part of being a scientist. Alrighty. So this is the first thing, the first choice that we have to make on the way to the true ending. A scientist. I am not a mere scientist. I am an insane mad scientist. Thin. Alright, so this is referring to, I think they were developing the phone wave, and I don't know exactly where this was in the story. You guys can probably remember better than me. Anyways. Scientist? What do you mean mad scientist? More like bad scientist, am I right? Oh, look at you go. What are my options here? Mad scientist. If you don't know what mad means in this context, I'll tell you. It's the insane definition. More like bad scientist. That's like a pun my grandma would come up with. Nice. Alrighty. Time to continue onwards. Bad scientist. Like, you could do better. Aren't Americans supposed to be funny? What have they been teaching you over there? Alrighty, we have reached a new scene. So I will be reading this out. When I arrive, I find Kurisu sitting on the bench in front of the brown tube workshop, talking on her phone. What, you called me all the way to Japan and now you... I knew it. You never wanted to see me, did you? The street is dark, and her hair is covering her eyes, so I can't make out her expression. But from the sound of her voice, I can tell that she's crying. Why did you ask me to come here, then? Can you at least tell me that? Kurisu lifts her head in surprise. She must have noticed me. She falls into an awkward silence, then turns and walks away. It looked like she was crying. I wonder if she got into a fight. Who could have made her cry like that? Her boyfriend? Even a friendless, experiment-loving girl like her can get a boyfriend. No, there's no way such an arrogant, abusive girl can have a boyfriend. But then who was it? A sibling? Or maybe her father, who she hasn't seen in 7 years? I'm afraid to ask. Kurisu's scary when she snaps. The memory of her baleful glare sends a shiver up my spine. I hurry to the second floor. When I'm safe in the lab, I start browsing at channel. And I think that's where that scene ends. So I'll be back with the next thing. Oh, just kidding. It doesn't look like Teeter has made an appearance today. The Teeter craze that has dominated the occult board for the past week is starting to die down. In the end, it looks like I'm the only one who took Teeter seriously. Just about everyone is skeptical of him now, especially the poster called Kurigohan and Kamehameha. Honestly, I can't tell Teeter's true intentions either. Suddenly, I hear the door swing open. Startled, I turn to face the sound. Kurisu is standing there, glaring at me. Her eyes are red. So she was crying. Why did she come back? Yeah? I wasn't crying or anything, okay? No, you were definitely crying. Don't be ridiculous. Where's your proof? Your eyes are red. Ah. Her glare weakens for a second, but then returns at double the intensity. I wasn't crying, okay? You're not being very logical, Christina. In fact, she's not acting like herself at all. Did she come up here just to claim that she wasn't crying? She should have just gone back to her hotel and cried into a pillow instead of coming here to make excuses. Anyway, I wasn't crying, understand? End of discussion. That sniffle tanked any credibility she might have had. Even now, instead of going back to her hotel, she plops onto the sofa and hugs Mayuri's Oopa plushie to her chest like a little girl. For the next few minutes, she just sits there, pouting and staring at the wall. If the TV were on, then we could have a little BGM from some distraction, but unfortunately, painful silence prevails. The only sounds are the whirring of the desktop's hard drive and Kurisu's occasional sniffle. Geez, what an annoying assistant. How are we supposed to get any science done like this? Oh, come on! Give her a break. Christina. Shut up! Don't talk to me! Your lips say don't, but your aura says please. Maybe she's begging for attention? Listen, you don't have to talk. Just listen. If there's something troubling you, I'll do everything in my power to help. Eh? Kurisu looks at me blankly. And it's not just me. I'm sure I speak for Mayuri and Daru as well. So don't hesitate to come to us. When you want to cry, don't hold it in. Just let it out. We won't reject you. We'll hear you out. Why? Because you're important to us. You're our friend. Yeah. For some reason, Kurisu blushes and hangs her head. He hugs Oopa so hard, his face caves in. I'm sorry, I was a little upset. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Just tell me when you're ready. I'll hear you out. Okay. She nods softly. Looks like my sincerity has reached her. Just as planned. Show a friendless, experiment-loving girl just a little kindness and she'll easily grant you her favor. How do I know that? Because I too have few friends. Mahaha! Kurisu's help is critical to solving the mystery of the phone waveforms of the change. Now that my plan has succeeded, her petty private matter shall no longer be an impediment to our science. Normally, I, the great Ho-Wing Kyoma, would not concern myself with the mental health of my minions, but if this is the price I must pay to bring my dream to fruition, so be it. With this, Kurisu's loyalty is assured. Soon the world will tremble before us. Alright, we are at Ferris's apartment, and we have just received another mail. Home alone. Is it okay to leave me alone here? I'm an outsider, remember? I could steal all of your precious future gadgets. You are not an outsider. You are a lab mem. If you really want one, you can have it. For a price, that is. You are a lab mem, Christina. That's a great line to stop on. Is Ferris a masochist? Good question. Eh? It's a disgrace to be thought of as your partner. People will start doubting my character. Anyway, finish your errands and get back here. Disgrace. Then why do you keep coming to the lab? In truth, you're so happy to be a lab mem that you can't help it. Isn't that right? Seriously though, why am I still here? I was supposed to have gone back to America by now. It's the choice of Steins Gate. El Sai Kongru. Or, you miss your mommy? Then just make an international call. Oh, that's rude. It's the choice of Steins Gate. El Sai Kongru. I don't know about this Steins Gate thing, but maybe Chaos Theory can explain how you derailed my life. Lol. At any rate, take responsibility for getting me involved. And that is our first true ending flag. On to the next chapter! And once again, we have another new scene that I accidentally fast-forwarded partway through. Whoops! Alrighty. We were talking about Suzuha and all that stuff, and with Suzuha trying to find her dad. Anyway, Kurisu scratches her cheek in what could be mistaken for a bashful gesture. I hope Amane-san finds her father. Yeah. That would be nice. Come to think of it, she has father issues too, doesn't she? Maybe she sympathizes with Suzuha. Hey, Okabe. Suddenly, Kurisu starts fidgeting for some reason.
I'm sorry about before.
Before?
When I hit you with my book, I thought you were just being a pervert. But when I thought about it later, I realized that you were being completely serious. I acted on impulse without even considering what you had to say.
No, I think you definitely deserved to hit him with a book. He was being very, very inappropriate. Forget it. Regardless of my intentions, the fact of the matter is that I made Rikako cry.
Just to make sure, you're not a perverted scumbag, are you?
Make sure my ass? Are you trying to apologize or what?
I just don't want you to use science as an excuse to be a pervert. Not while I'm helping, at least.
What do you take me for? My friends are precious to me. I may be an insane mad scientist with an IQ of 170, but even I have my limits. The phone wave names of change wouldn't have come this far without you and Daru at my side.
Okabe.
I am Lab Mem 001, the founder of the lab. If my friends are in danger, I'll rush to their aid, and I would tear my own limbs off before I knowingly brought any harm to any of you. What's so funny?
That has to be the cheesiest thing you've ever said. Still, it's nice to hear. The research institute I work at in America is full of talented people from all over the world, but it's not a friendly place. Everyone thinks he or she is the best. You think you have an ego? Over there, scientists hurl insults at each other on a daily basis. Sometimes they even sabotage each other's work. When my thesis was chosen to represent the lab, many of the older men complained. And when I came back here as a kind of reverse exchange student, my classmates were all too afraid to talk to me. Compared to that, your lab is childish, but comfortable.
Seems like everyone has their own problems.
You're really concerned about Amane-san, aren't you? That part of you I can respect. But I'm not praising you, okay?
She suddenly blushes for some reason.
I just, thought you should know.
Maybe I...
Eh?
Maybe all I ever wanted was friends.
Okabe.
There aren't many people I can trust. After all, I am an insane mad scientist wanted the world over. I couldn't figure out that sentence for a second, apparently. My enemies are everywhere waiting to strike. Curse this incredible genius brain of mine. Mwahaha!
I, think of you as a friend too.
What?
You said I was your friend, remember? You said I was important to you. That made me really happy, I guess.
You have a fever?
No! What the hell? Here I am trying to find something decent about you and you... I don't care anymore, stupid! You're really stupid.
Kurisu squares her shoulders and quickly walks ahead. I give chase. What just happened? Is this girl planning something? Maybe she really is plotting to take over the lab. No, wait. Maybe she's trying to sabotage the party because she doesn't like Suzuha. No mere assistant is going to pull one over on the great Hoin Kyoma. Alrighty. Another exclusive Kurisu scene. This is right after, I believe, they have spoken about the Kerr black holes potentially ending the world, and the phone wave being a weapon of mass destruction or something. Mayuri and Daru have gone home. She's sitting in the development room chair, endlessly twirling a pen in her fingers. What are you doing?
Thinking about the time leap machine. I know we can make it, but I'm wondering what will happen if we actually use it.
Ah. She hasn't even started working on the machine and she's already worried about what comes afterwards? That takes confidence, alright. Are all geniuses like this? What will happen when we use it? I doubt we can find an answer to that question, not without testing it live. Kurisu knows that. What she's really wondering is whether it's worth the risk. That's why I avoid arguing with her. You're thinking too hard. Finish the machine, then worry about it.
You're so pompous.
Kurisu groans and flops down onto the desk. It's strange to see her like this. She's usually so cool and collected. But maybe that's an act, and this is who she really is.
Hey, Okabe. Can I talk to you about something completely unrelated?
I'd rather talk about something related.
You told me before that I could ask you anything, remember?
I did? I don't remember that.
I think my father hates me.
She sighs sadly. Ah, so that's what she wants to talk about. A conundrum. This isn't like before when she was merely an advisor. The Time Leap project depends on Kurisu to succeed. It is clear, however, that she will be unable to focus as long as these petty concerns distract her. In that case, it falls to me, the great Hoween Kyoma, to solve her problem once and for all. Only then can she devote herself fully to the future of the lab. Very well, speak.
You really are pompous.
I assume it was your father on the phone the other day? I'm speaking, of course, of when I found Kurisu outside the lab, crying into her phone. The mood was delicate.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time he had a kind word for me. Even when we were living together before I went to America, he acted like I wasn't there. We're supposed to be family, aren't we?
And you? How did you treat your father?
I was Daddy's little girl growing up. You practically had to drag me away from him.
She smiles, but in her smile I see a hint of self-mockery.
My father's a physicist. Even as a child, I loved to hear him talk about science. I couldn't understand a word of it, but I always begged him to explain. I wanted to understand his work, so I started studying physics. I must have been 5.
Damn, I guess that's what makes her a genius. Or perhaps the yearning for her father's love was what gave birth to her genius.
Thanks to that, I always got perfect grades in math. I ignored all the other subjects, though, so my grades were a little skewed. I even read my father's papers. I was a little girl trying to comprehend theoretical physics, but I gave it everything I had. I needed to understand. By 6th grade, I had learned enough that I could discuss my father's theories with him. I was so happy that I could talk to my father on his level, you know? He used to argue all night long. And then I started winning those arguments. All of them.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would make him hate you. A tragedy fitting for a girl genius. What kind of scientist loses to a grade school girl anyway? Seriously.
Really think that's why?
I'm absolutely certain that's why.
I guess he did have a lot of pride. Anyway, one day he suddenly stopped talking to me altogether. Then he started fighting with my mom, and finally he stopped coming home. I really loved my dad, so it was a big shock. I felt it was my fault things turned out that way. I couldn't go to school, I was so depressed. And then Mom recommended I study abroad.
That's why she went to America. You were just too talented for your own good. So how do you feel about your father now?
I don't know.
Kurisu looks down. He's in Japan, right? Have you seen him at all?
No, he doesn't want to see me. That's what we were talking about on the phone. I asked if we could meet, but he told me to stay away from him.
Her father has quite the inferiority complex. No wonder she was crying. Even for someone as strong-willed as Kurisu, it must hurt to hear that from her father.
Even if we did meet, I wouldn't know what to say. I tried to talk to him before I left, you know? I tried so hard, but he just ignored me. It hurts. Whenever I think about going to see him, I remember those times. I worry he'll ignore me again, and then I can't do anything.
You crying?
Just a little, okay?
You want to reconcile with your father, correct?
I don't know.
If you didn't, then you wouldn't have confided in me, and you wouldn't be crying, would you?
True.
Just be straight with him. Say, I love you, Dad. Let's make up.
I think that's a little out of character for me.
It's your father. Stop acting like a weak little girl. Kurisu jerks upright, her face bright red.
I'm not acting like a little girl.
Yes, you are. You'll never reconcile. Oh my god. You'll never reconcile with him like that. You need to speak from the heart. Give it to him straight. It's the only way to get your message across. You can't sugarcoat it. If that doesn't work, nothing will. Then you'll just have to hope that time heals the rift between you.
And how long will that take?
How should I know? I'm only a year older than you, remember? How long has it been since you went to America?
7 years.
If nothing has changed in 7 years, then maybe it will take twice that much time.
I guess you're right.
Kurisu sighs heavily and rests her chin in her hand. Did my advice backfire? Looks like she's even more depressed now. I fold my arms and rack my brain for a solution. I don't want to see Kurisu like this. It's pathetic. Well, when are you going to see him? Huh? Kurisu opens her eyes wide in confusion. I take out my phone and bring up the calendar. I assume it'll be during summer break. Make sure you let me know ahead of time. What are you talking about? I might have plans. I'll need to shift my schedule around. Hold on a second. Don't tell me you plan on coming along. Of course I do. You are my assistant, and I will do whatever it takes to ensure that you are in peak mental condition for the experiment. Kurisu looks dumbfounded. What, did I say something wrong? Okay, you've had your fun. I'm in no mood for... I'm being completely serious. I'll go anywhere you want, anywhere in Japan. I'd go anywhere in the world, but I don't have a passport or money. Okabe. You're afraid you won't know what to say, right? Yeah. Then that settles it. I am a master of conversation. You will have nothing to fear with Hoin Kyoma at your side. Why are you laughing? You couldn't hold a normal conversation if your life depended on it. Ah. By Jove, she's right. A mad scientist does not care about things like tact and decorum. He dominates the room with his sheer presence. Perhaps a softer touch is called for here. But, thanks anyway. I definitely didn't expect you to offer to come. Not that I'm happy about it or anything. I hate how you act like a nice guy sometimes. It's confusing. Confusing how? Why is she yelling at me anyway? Shouldn't she be thanking me instead? Okabe? That offer? I can take you up on it, right? Of course. And once we're done upgrading the phone wave, I want you to come with me. As you wish. Where is your father anyway? Aomori. Aomori? That's where he lives now. That's way up at the north end of the island, like 700 kilometers or something. I wasn't expecting to have to go that far. What? You're not going to back out, are you? You already promised. I'm taking you whether you like it or not, okay? Aomori it is. If promising to go to Aomori will let Kurisu concentrate on the timely machine, it's a small price to pay. Small price indeed. Plans. Going from Tokyo to Aomori by bullet train is over 15,000 yen per person, but the overnight bus is only 5,000 yen. Which do you prefer? I want to cover the traveling expenses, but I don't have that much on hand. I'm staying at a hotel, but I'm not a celeb. Mom is pretty strict on money. Not to mention she'd kill me if she knew I was going to see my father. So maybe we should go by overnight bus to fit our budget? Let's see what the options are. What is this nonsense? Don't forget your duty as a lab, ma'am. I'm fine either way. Okay. Don't forget your duty as a lab, ma'am. Idiot. What do you mean nonsense? Die! What the hell, Okabe? Sorry for getting mad, but Okabe, did you have to say it like that? And that is another true ending flag. Down. Onwards! Alright, just because I know that there is something different that we can do here. This is immediately after Mayuri was first killed, and we first jumped back to the past. So instead of just doing nothing and talking to Daru, we are going to call Mayuri. Mayushi here. Mayuri, where are... I can't answer the phone right now. Went to voicemail? Please leave your message after the beep. Mayuri, contact me at once, okay? At once! I hang up. I look at my watch again. It's just past 5. Alright, I'm not 100% sure where this is. This is after Mayuri has died the second time, having been run over by Moeka. But I'm not sure exactly how far past that we are. But, apparently, you can get something a little bit different if you call Rukako. Hello, this is Rushibara. Rukako, it's me, Okabe.
Okabe-san, what's wrong?
Is Mayuri there? If she is, let me speak to her.
Okay, just a moment, please. Mayushi here. What's up, Okain?
Finally, I've managed to get a hold of Mayuri. This will give us hours to spare. Where are you now? Yanabayashi Shrine?
Yep.
I'm headed there now. Whatever you do, don't move, okay?
Huh? Why not? What's all the commotion?
Kurisu's eyes are half asleep. Daru, assistant, leave right now and get as far from Akiba as you can. Under no circumstances use the train. What? Why? If you can, go somewhere you don't normally go and stay there overnight. Understand? Wait, overnight? You're saying we should all go to Love Hotel and make hanky-panky? I understand.
Shut it, perv.
Kurisu gets up.
What's going on, Okabe?
Please, just do as I say. We'll talk later. Don't come back to the lab until I say so. I thought of having them take the time leap machine, but the microwave's pretty heavy to carry around. It's that time leap machine, and it's that time machine that Moak is really after, not Mayuri. If it will guarantee everyone's safety, I'd rather just abandon the time machine. I dash out of the lab, disregarding Kurisu and Daru's demands for an explanation. I was right to borrow Susaha's bicycle. I arrive at the shrine far earlier than if I had run. Mayuri and Rukiko are right in front of the main building. Mayuri!
Okain!
Mayuri waves her hand happily. Rukiko bows her head.
You're here to back me up?
Back you up?
Help convince Ruka-chan to wear my costume! Mayuri-chan, I really can't. It's too embarrassing. Hey, Okain, can you think of some way to persuade Ruka-chan? Maybe she can't reach the ending for the Ruka-chan route.
Ha! That's a reference to visual novels, I guess. I don't know.
I keep telling her I can't, but Mayuri-chan just won't give up.
Tears well up in my eyes. I grip my teeth and resist the urge to cry. To see them talking, so happy and carefree. I thought that this peace would last forever. And yet... so are you two. Save the cosplay talk for later. I grab Mayuri's hand. Drop your bags, Mayuri. Leave them with Rukiko.
What's going on?
We're leaving town.
Leaving town? We're going on a trip? A trip?
Rukiko's face turns red.
Just the two of you?
That's right. I'll let Rukiko misunderstand whatever she wants. I take off running, half dragging Mayuri along. We get out to Manseibashi Bridge. Now we need to figure out where to go from here. It's 4:30. We should still have about 3 hours before the trains stop. If we wanted to, we could even leave from Akiba Station. But that seems like a bad idea. Mooka and her men might already be there. We should board from another station. If the plan is to head for Yokohama, the fastest way is to take the bullet train from Tokyo Station. To get to Tokyo Station without passing through Akihabara Station means boarding at Kanda or Owajiho. We could walk to Tokyo Station in an hour, but I don't want to waste that much time.
Where are we going, Okain? What's the rush?
CERN's after us.
Huh? What does that mean?
I'll explain later. First we need to get out of Akiba.
Oh, okay.
I decide on Awajiho Station and start running. If we could make it to Yasukunidori, the station's right there. But I freeze when I see a group of 6 men walking just ahead. Are they Mooka's men? I don't know, but we can't take the chance. I pull Mayuri into a nearby alley. How many men does CERN have? When did these patrols start? Are they watching stations besides Akihabara? I have no way of knowing. To make matters worse, CERN's assassins are indistinguishable from ordinary shoppers at a glance. You can tell they're different when you get close, but by then it's too late. They could be anyone. Japanese, foreigners, anyone. Damn, what should we do? Should we take the shortest route and risk being seen? Or should we stick to the back streets and stay out of sight?
Okain, she's kind of scared.
The fear on Mayuri's face gives me my answer. I can't expose her to danger. We have to take the back roads. It doesn't have to be Awajiho. Any subway station is fine. As long as we can get out of Akiba. Staying out of sight is more difficult than I expected. And the subway is farther away than I thought. I misjudged the distance to the station. Maybe we should double back to Suehirocho station. Or would they take us too close to the lab? There's no way of knowing where Cern's men could be. Hide! I pull Mayuri into the entrance of a nearby building. Several young men pass by. They're not particularly fit, and each of them is carrying a bag full of computer parts. I don't think they're the enemy, but I can't be sure. The only way to be safe is to treat every group of men as a potential threat. At this rate, it'll be night before we escape Akiba. Maybe we should just go for it and hope to get lucky. I look up to the closest station with my phone. Ochanomizu and Suehirocho are about equidistant from our current position. Suehirocho takes us near the lab, but Ochanomizu is on the same line as Akihabara, who might be affected by the bomb threat. An impasse. Mayuri, stay right here. Don't move until I get back.
Where are you going?
To the station to make sure it's safe. And while I'm at it, scout the streets between here and there. We'll need to use the shortest route.
What if she doesn't want to be left alone?
I'll be right back. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, call someone, Kurisu or Suzuha. Have them get you out of Akiba.
Don't say that. Come back, okay? If you don't, Mayushi won't know what to do.
Okay, I'll come back, I promise. I leave Mayuri behind and run to Ochanomizu Station. Wary of surrounding eyes, I scout the streets and decide that the back alleys of Kanda Myojin will give us the best chance of avoiding detection. Once we make it to the station, we'll just have to pray. I race back to the spot I left Mayuri. Mayuri! She's not there. For an instant, I think I got the place mixed up, so I checked the entrance of the next building. But Mayuri isn't there either. She's gone! I told her not to move! At first, I assumed Mayuri just wandered off somewhere like she often does, but then another possibility dawns on me. Could Cern's men have found her? Abducted her? Would they do that? Milka said that Mayuri was unnecessary. That's why she killed Mayuri first. So why would they kidnap her? I don't know. The only thing I know is that Mayuri's gone. I knew I shouldn't have left her alone. I should have stayed by her side no matter what. Still, I can't give up. I scour the neighborhood for Mayuri. But when I fail to find any trace of her, I return to the lab in despair. We need to talk. Ooh, wait, no! This is from Shining Finger.
We need to talk. Heading over now, okay?
Moeka. It's a mail from Moeka. She's on her way here? When she says we need to talk, she probably means I'm going to kidnap you and take the timing machine. Just as I'm about to delete the mail out of frustration, I notice there's an image attached. I swallow and open it. It's a scan of a foreign newspaper article. There's a rough black and white picture, along with a date. February 28th, 1961. 50 years ago. It's not in English. I look at the picture. A jelly man. The picture is of a jelly man embedded in the wall of a house. Wait. Mayuri. Gah! A screeching fills my ears, needles stab into my brain. The shock lasts an instant, then the pain is gone. A wave of nausea hits me, vomit backflows into my mouth. I swallow it back, my throat burns. I leaped immediately after seeing the photo. I couldn't accept it, not even for a second. In the 20 minutes I took my eyes off of Mayuri, she was captured by Momoka's men. I took her to France and stuck her in the LHC. They sent her through their unstable black hole 50 years into the past. It wasn't an experiment, it was just a warning, a threat. How could anyone do such a thing? Now that I've recovered slightly from the shock, I realize that Mayuri was probably still alive when Momoka sent me that picture. A flight to France takes at least 12 hours after all. Even so, her fate was already decided.
Perhaps that 50-year-old newspaper article appeared out of thin air the instant they found her. I don't know why her cause of death changed. I don't have time to investigate. The only choice is to run. Our enemies don't consider Mayuri human. I'm filled with rage. I want to kill them. I won't let them have her. The clock shows 5:05 p.m. Not as much time left as I thought. Come to think of it, the time machine should be able to send me back to noon at least. I'll do that next time. A chill runs up my spine. What am I thinking? Next time? Have I already given up on saving her this time? I shake my head to clear it of negative thoughts. Judging by the time, Mayuri's already left the shrine. So I can't contact her until she gets back to the lab. All I can do is wait. Alrighty, and we are at another scene. We have just confided with, I almost called her Christina, with Kurisu about the whole situation with Mayuri dying over and over again, and she was just offered to help. Mayuri's my friend, and a fellow lab mem. And besides, I don't want to see you in such pain. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Remember when I told you about my father? He really helped me out back then. Now it's my turn to return the favor. I want to be your strength. Besides, you still have to come with me to Aomori. He smiles a wry but gentle smile, as if I were her mischievous younger brother. Now you're going to leap no matter what I say. You are a mad scientist after all, and mad scientists play by their own rules. Hey, aren't you supposed to go mwahaha or something? Yeah. Why do I even try? Kurisu's right. I'll do anything to save Mayuri. Alright, just because everything seems to be very Kurisu themed, this is an opportunity when we've been talking with Suzuha to actually just check in on Kurisu. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to check on Kurisu. I'm going to call Kurisu and be like, hey, what's up? Up, girl? Hello? Assistant? It's me. Oh, I think you got the wrong number. What are you saying? It's me, Hoin Kyoma. My name isn't Assistant, and your name isn't Hoin Kyoma. Would you prefer to be called Kurigohan and Kamehameha? What? I hear rattling from the other side of the phone. How do you know about that? Before I time leaped, you made a tearful confession. You said, I'm a Nat Channeler, a Nico Junkie, and a cam whore who posts tits, but will you still accept me as your assistant? And I, of course, replied, you may be a Nat Channeler, a Nico Junkie, and a cam whore who posts tits, but you're still a member of this lab. And that makes you my assistant, now and forever. So wipe your tears, for there is still much. I'm gonna post your personal info all over VIP if you don't shut your mouth right this second. How are things there? Fine, you called at the right time, we need to talk. Just like that, we're back to normal conversation. I'll be right there. Okay, I'll be waiting. I take Suzuha back to the lab. Kurisu greets us with a cold stare when we return to the lab. For your information, I don't post I don't post pictures of my chest, okay? It was just a joke, let it die. There you go, Han, and Kamehameha. So you're the one who keeps picking fights with me on the internet. Makes sense. I thought you wanted an open discussion. Sure, you were kind of annoying, though. Are these two still fighting? By the way, it may shock you to learn that I am the poster known as Hoin Kyo. I know. The same reaction again. Why do they only agree when it's at my expense? I clear my throat and change the subject. So, what did you want to talk about? The timely machine? I think you probably forgot, so... yeah, good gracious. I think you probably forgot, so I wanted to make sure just in case. Have you been looking for a lifter? You haven't, have you? Oh, right. You hadn't discovered what it was at this point in time. I already know. It's the 42-inch CRT downstairs. Really? What's your proof? I've been here before, remember? I see. Sorry for sticking you with this job. What? Don't apologize, it's creepy. I know you're not a fan of time travel research, but here you are building a time machine.
I was just worried that maybe you were feeling conflicted.
How rude.
Kurisu scowls.
I'm sure I've said this before, but I've always accepted time travel as a theory. I just don't trust people who claim it can be done despite how unrealistic it is.
He sighs, then looks me over from head to toe.
Besides, I can hardly deny it with evidence staring me in the face. Though I still don't like the idea of being called the mother of the time machine.
Zuha shrugs at this.
Anyway, if you're apologizing, that must mean you helped out the first time.
The first time?
Before you started time leaping, you helped me build the machine, didn't you?
Yeah, Daru and I helped.
And don't worry about it. I wouldn't want you to have to do it all over again. And right now, it's more important to repair Amane-san's time machine and search for her father. Sorry. Don't you apologize now, it's weird. Well, back to work. I should be able to get a lot done now that I know about the lifter.
Kurisu waves and vanishes into the development room. I better not disturb her. The time limit is approaching. What else can I do? Alrighty, and we have made it past the Suzuha ending. We are now into Maiden Complex. The key.
There's nobody at the lab. I don't have a key, so I can't get in. When are you coming over? I just assumed you'd be there like usual. Kinda feels like I am visiting your home. Or not that I want to visit your home or anything.
Don't have a key? Use the one hidden in the switchboard next to the door. Quit it. My room is a dead sea. Take one step inside and it's too late. Ha! Hilarious! But unfortunately you don't have a key. So use that one.
I found the key easily enough. Don't you think your security should be a little tighter? Should have thought about that before picking a fight with CERN, lol. Also, what's this frog that's been left with the key? Someone's bad taste? Only a maniac would put something that gross there. Actually, it scared the crap out of me. But keep that a secret, lol, okay?
Alrighty. Security. You're right. I was careless. I should have known better. I know. I screwed up. It's all my fault. Christ. That's Garo Froggy. That thing's popularity exploded last year. I'm sure the organization was involved. It was involved because that was related to Chaos Head, I think? Yeah, Chaos Head was the first one. Chaos Child was the next one. I don't need any of your frail girl appeal. Your strength has helped more than... I read that in the wrong tone. I don't need any of your frail girl appeal. Your strength has helped me more than you know. That's sweet. Yes, security is the one we need. Assistant.
You're delusional, I know. Are you seriously considering electronic locks and card keys? Who has that kind of money? You're being ridiculous, as usual. You need to face reality for a change.
I never messaged you about that. What? I never said anything about electronic locks and card keys. Where did that come from? Oh, I get it. Must be an effective time leaping. Money. Yes, money is a problem. Sponsor our lab with your thesis publication money. Seriously, I'm desperate here. Heh. Alright, I'll tell you the truth, but keep it secret. CERN is after us. I need your help. Wait, doesn't she already know that? What? What? Reality, I get. Yeah, reality's the one we need.
Doesn't she know that?
I don't know, man. Timelines.
Reality. I can't tell if this is true or just more of your usual BS, Okabe.
Oh wait, no.
Your usual BS. Okabe, this is a serious situation. You're turning into the boy who cried wolf. So only tell me the truth from now on, please.
And that is our third true ending flag. On to the next ones.
Explain yourself. Hey, what the hell was that just now? That was some loving hug. I'm seriously jealous. No, not about getting hugged by you, but about having someone of the opposite sex to lovingly hug. Don't misunderstand me. Anyway, what was that about?
Don't worry about it. It was just something that I had to do. Well, apparently, I'm not supposed to respond to this, so I'm not going to. Alrighty. We are in the Rukako chapter. We are dealing with the whole Rukako situation, and we are talking to Kurisu about it. And apparently we tripped a romance flag. So... Kurisu ponders this for a while. Then she blushes for some reason and turns away.
By the way, Okabe, Is there someone you like? Why aren't you answering?
Not really. For a second, Mayuri's face flowed through my mind. But I feel more of a need to protect her, rather than romantic love for her.
Oh, okay.
Why do you ask?
No, just wondering. There's no hidden meaning, okay?
Why are you mad? Also, your face is red.
It's not. Anyway, you should go out with Urishibara-san.
Seriously?
You don't like anyone else, right? The answer of feelings, you dummy.
What did I do to deserve this name calling? Mayuri dies in 2 days. I don't have time to play boyfriend. From an unpopular girl.
I don't really care if you get yourself a girlfriend, but don't forget about the timing machine. The thing is serious. We need to get everyone together and decide what to do with it. I understand you're doing this for Mayuri's sake. Just remember, there's more to this than just Urishibara-san. To be honest, I'm still afraid of this monster I've created. I'd feel better if we could talk about it.
And that is the 4th true ending flag. And on we go! Alright, I accidentally skipped some stuff again, but it be like that sometimes. Alright, so we are with Moeka in her apartment as FB is no longer answering her, whatever. Crap, that startled me. That was referring to the phone ringing. Could she have picked a worse time? I try again, this time asking nicely to borrow her phone. Moeka doesn't reply. She's staring at her phone. As she realizes that it's not her phone ringing, I see fresh tears pool in her eyes. She hangs her head.
Why won't you respond, FB? You're the one who recruited me.
Moeka starts typing yet another mail. I guess she really doesn't recognize me. This is frustrating. Why is she acting like the victim here? Does she think she's a tragic heroine? Does she think she deserves sympathy? You don't have the right to be so weak. It's Mayuri who deserves sympathy, not you. She died countless times because of you. Murderer. I swallow the word before it passes my lips. Damn it! I check my phone. It's Kurisu calling. I stand up and move to the entrance where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight. Hello?
Finally! Contact me, idiot. Is everything alright? What happened with that Kiryu lady? At least let me know if you're still alive. Don't say anything stupid like you're dead, okay? Please, just reply. Even an email will do. I'm so worried I can't even eat.
I'm sorry for making you worry. I appreciate these emails. I really do. They remind me that I'm not alone. Don't worry, I won't die. Not until I've fulfilled my promise to go to Aomori with you.
Maybe this isn't what you want to hear, but I need you to listen. I don't care about Aomori anymore. I just want you to be safe, Okabe. When you ran out without saying anything yesterday, it felt like my heart was going to explode. So hurry back, please.
And that is the 5th true ending flag. We are almost to the end. On to the next one! And here we take the first step into the future. Onwards we go. Stop searching for the PC. Unneeded. 0.571046. The world warps. Once the distortion dissipates, Kurisu is gone. So is Moeka's body. The phone I'm gripping is my own. FB's phone has disappeared. I look at my hands. They're clean, no blood. No knife on the floor either. Everything was undone. But then why am I in this room? There are 2 bottles of Dr. P on the coffee table. Both are open. One is nearly empty, but the other is still full. I jump at the sound of a running shower. After a few minutes, Moeka comes out of the bathroom, expressionless. You're alive! Moeka sits down on the tatami mats, not questioning why I'm here. She takes out her purple phone and begins typing a mail. It feels like forever since I've seen her lightning speed typing. I don't need an IBM 5100 anymore. The mail doesn't make sense.
It reads like Mocha and I were discussing the IBN 5100 just moments ago. Of course, that's exactly what happened on this world line. That explains why I'm here.
What do you mean?
My supervisor told me to stop looking.
Your supervisor? You mean FB?
How do you know about FB? Where did you get that information?
Mocha.
So FB's still alive. I feel relief, but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Mocha just said. FB cancelled her mission to retrieve the IBN 5100.
Doing your duty sets you up for disposal, so we're more like cattle, dogs.
I recall his last words. Perhaps he's cancelled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. But I don't think that will prevent their deaths. They cannot escape their fate. I won't forgive you until I kill you with my own hands. I cover my ears. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard enough to draw blood. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out on this new world line? Well, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBN 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either.
So unfortunately, the fast forward did take me past this, but we are at a different chapter 10 than before.
We are at chapter 10, Paradox Meltdown.
Very different thing from Stardust Sky. But anyways, on we go. Alright, so I've been informed that the first part of chapter 10 is exactly the same whether or not you have true ending flags, even though there is a different chapter name. But this is where it all diverges. So this is where I think it is time to cut the episode. We have gone through a good chunk of the story to get back here, but now it is time to face the ending. So thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.